My name is Emily McKiska. I am part of the senior class of 2020, and this is my senior testimony. I've been in AWANA for 5 years. This is my 6th. Before, I was part of TNT at a different church, and I finished 4 books there, 3 of my years. And but we ended up moving away for a while, and so we didn't do it then, and so I wasn't able to do any of Trek, and so when we came back, we started doing Journey. My favorite part about AWANA is the social aspect. I like going and, hanging out with my friends and talking and seeing all of them every week. You really get to, connect with everybody. Some of my friends from AWANA started hanging out outside of AWANA and getting together and, watching movies or, playing games. We watched The Mandalorian together. We did a D&D role-playing game group, and so it's really awesome just to have that connection with people. My favorite theme night is probably the Nerf War night. I really like how everyone brings all their guns. They get really into it, and they make sure they count all their ammo so they have it all at the end. And last year I didn't have a very good gun, but it was still really fun. At first I was running around to grab ammo for everybody, and then eventually someone switched guns with me, which was a blessing. And so then it was kind of shooting people and everything, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a really, really great night. So I came to know the Lord when I was 6, I want to say. I personally don't remember, but I've asked my parents and they have told me it was around Easter time, and we were reading this children's book, and it's one of the ones where it has the words, but some of the words are substituted for pictures. So the parent reads the words and then the kids are reading the picture kind of thing. And it's about the crucifixion, and so we were reading through that. And at the end, my parents were like, "Oh, do you believe that this is true and really happened?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so that was kind of as complicated as that got. My faith has become real to me at several different occasions over my life, but the earliest one that really sticks out to me is sometime in elementary school. I was at a basketball camp, a summertime basketball camp, with one of my friends from school. And we were talking to some of the other kids at the camp, and they were asking us "Oh, how did you meet?" And we were like, "Oh, we met at church." And they're like, "Oh, you've gone to church? You know about Jesus then?" And then we were like, "Oh, yeah." So we started telling them about different Bible stories like Esther and Noah, the exciting ones, not the lame ones. The second or third day after that, the coaches came up to us, me and my friend who were telling the stories, and were like, "Oh, you can't talk about, we heard you were talking about the Bible. You can't do that here. You're not allowed to tell those stories." And I didn't say anything, but I was kind of thinking, well, that's really stupid. I don't want to do that, but okay. I guess you're the rule makers, so whatever.
Idiots.
But what we ended up doing is we smuggled in through my duffel bag the Action Bibles, which are the Bibles that are in a comic book format, and we smuggled them in and gave them out to each of the kids we were telling the stories to at the end of the camp. So, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite Bible verse, but I've always liked the book of Galatians. We go through it, read it every single year at youth group. I always thought it was really helpful, particularly now, because Paul is talking about you don't have to do good works in order to be a Christian. It's by faith alone, by grace alone, not through works. And I always thought that was really important to keep in mind and hold in my heart. After graduation, I plan to go to college, and I'm planning on studying archaeology. Super exotic. To do higher level archaeology, you have to get a master's degree. So what I might do, I haven't really decided yet. It's still a ways away, but I might take a break after I get my bachelor's degree to work in the field for a little bit and then get my master's, but then, we'll see where God takes it. My imparting wisdom to the youngins would be, in a nutshell, to trust God. Kind of the long version would be, God is perfect, he has a plan, and because God is perfect, his plan is perfect, and he's all-powerful, so nothing will ever happen that is outside of his plan. There's never going to be oh shoot, I didn't plan for that, let me change the plan. No matter what you do or say, or what other people do or say, or whatever happens in the world, everything's always according to God's perfect plan, which to me is really nice to think about when I'm stressed or sad or whatever. It's nice to keep in mind.